She's unhinged. Hello, it's me. I'm your traumatized transsexual Jade James, and welcome back to Unhinged, which is the place where I say the things that I don't know if I'm actually supposed to say them out loud, especially when they don't always resolve quite so nicely. So, I'm going to start this one with a trigger warning, and I mean this literally. This episode contains dissociation, identity collapse, trauma realization, existential dread, and the uncomfortable experience of recognizing yourself in someone else's brain. There is no inspirational ending, and there is no but it gets better. So, if you're looking for motivation, growth, or a 5 step plan, I don't think you're going to find that here. All right, so let's get a little uncomfortable. I keep trying to turn what I'm going through into a story arc. Like, if I can narrate it properly, it will behave and it will have a beginning, a middle, and some growth and redemption. But it doesn't actually work like that because my internal state changes by the minute, not metaphorically, I'm talking literally. 1 second I'm absolutely fine, and the next second I feel like I'm trapped behind my own eyes, watching my life happen without me in it. And then I just feel like everyone around me is just building something. They've got their careers, their families, their futures, and their struggles look purposeful. And I'm standing still and I'm thinking, well, I want success, I want achievement, I want legacy. But the one thing I want above all else right now in life is just for my nervous system to shut the fuck up completely. That's my goal. That's the dream. And people have asked me recently about ambition, and I lie because the truth sounds insane. I want to become a version of myself that can survive being me. Some imaginary trans icon that is grounded and untouchable, and she can protect me. And I don't know how you become that, and I don't even know if it's real. And so I just plod along in life like I always have done. Same job forever, same routines, same controlled environment. And I still go out and meet people, and I still play the role of human. And then I get home, and the second I'm alone, it's like the whole world turns off. There is no continuity, no emotional object permanence. Nothing exists outside of my room. So if I don't talk to someone, or if I don't anchor myself to another human being, I can get lost inside my own head in a way that is not poetic or safe. And I'm not talking sad thoughts, I mean disintegration. So I have to manipulate myself into living because I seem to only be able to put myself together if I've got a reason to do so. I only function if I'm being perceived, and I only move if there's an external reason forcing me to, because I just don't seem to have an internal engine, like none. And I know that sounds bleak because I live it, but I don't actually feel like I'm living my life. I feel like I accidentally stepped onto the wrong conveyor belt and stayed there, going in the wrong direction at the wrong speed as the wrong version of me. And the fucked up part is that doesn't even feel new, like not even a little bit. It feels very familiar. Like I've always been slightly misaligned with reality and I've just never had the language for it. And so now I'm like digging for an identity underneath everything, and there is nothing solid there. Like no religion, no politics, no voting history, no strong opinions, at least that I haven't borrowed from someone else. So I've spent my entire life keeping things the same because sameness is survivable. And suddenly it's all painfully obvious as to why. I'm a completely traumatized person. And I'm not talking all quirky or, oh, didn't she talk too much? I'm talking traumatized in I built my personality out of observation. I assembled myself and then I copied tones and reactions and timing. And I learned how to socialize the way that, you learn a second language badly. Enough to pass, but never enough to feel fluent. So when I'm sitting here and I'm replaying my life and I think of the awkward pauses or the wrong reactions or people pulling away from me and I'm not knowing why, it all kind of makes sense. And that feels almost worse. Because now I'm sitting here and I'm laughing at myself and I'm actually grieving myself. And I'm realizing that I've been playing a character this whole time without realizing there were another few options. And it's horrifying. and weirdly tender. Because what I keep meeting under all of this isn't broken, it's just an undeveloped person. Like I'm a strange little creature that just learned how to survive and ask who it was later on down the road. So it's not fully growth and it isn't healing, and this isn't a redemption arc. It's me standing in the wreckage of a life I lived but was never technically present for. And I don't know where this is going. But I do know this. If you can relate, then you're not lazy and you're not unmotivated and you're not empty. You're probably just built differently and you were forced to live like you weren't. And that realization, it doesn't always feel freeing. Sometimes it just feels like the floor giving way.